What is up, guys? Chunky back here on my channel, finally back for yet another film review, this time for Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Now, if you can't tell already, just from the surrounding of this room, I'm a Star Wars fan. Battlefront poster, Stormtrooper hat, love every one of the films. The prequels are shit. Apart from the prequels, I love the original films. They're all fantastic. I love Episode 7. Great film. So if you can't tell and you didn't know, I was very excited for Rogue One. Now, having seen Rogue One last night, I gotta come out the gate, I gotta cut the crap, and I have to say, this film was fantastic. This film blew my fucking balls off. Now, let me tell you why. Firstly, I'm going to start off with the brief plot. Now, if you didn't know, Rogue One takes place before Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, or whichever way you look at it, the original Star Wars film. The rebellion contacts our main character Jyn Erso in an attempt to get her to join the rebellion and track down her father, a man who has been working on the Death Star and knows the secret to its destruction. Along the way to acquiring the plans for the Death Star, Jyn Erso runs across all these characters which we finally see create Rogue One. And that's the basic gist of the plot. Get the plans for the Death Star. I don't want to go any further. I don't want to get into spoiler territory. I don't want to really flesh this film out. If you understand that, you'll understand the film in itself. Although this is tailored towards Star Wars fans, there's a lot to enjoy as a standalone film. This is indeed a war film, and it's fantastic. The action is fantastic. The effects are fantastic. The pacing and the story and the characters, they all combine to create this very well-crafted, high-quality production. And as a Star Wars fan, I'm very happy to say that this is part of the Star Wars universe. The lore of the Star Wars universe is included in the technology in some of the past characters, or future, depending how you look at it. It's all included very subtly to appeal to those casual and hardcore fans at the same time. There's no doubting we all love fan service, but when it's done like this, guys, it's absolutely fantastic. The film was surprisingly emotional. It's all tied together through a very powerful third act. This third act was not only great action set piece, but also a real moment to establish who these characters are in the Star Wars universe, and you really understand the effort that they went to set forth the events that come in the original trilogy. And therefore is a perfect segue into what we now know as A New Hope. The great thing I love about this film is it further validates a film that is made in 1977. Looking back at that already in hindsight is such a major leap forward for films because we're taking an original premise and further validating it. Really looking back at it now in such a different light because we now know what came before it. The original Star Wars was such a great story because it really tacked on what it meant to be a film serial of the time. And film serials basically were little episodes of shows and stuff started in the middle of a larger story, which is what New Hope was doing originally. So the start of New Hope begins in the middle of this larger story. And what we see is now the events leading up to this story, and it just makes you appreciate A New Hope even further. So for that, guys, as a Star Wars fan, I'm absolutely grateful for this film. I'm so glad that this is the film that we got to not even be a proper Star Wars episode, just a Star Wars story, a little filler, a little side quest, a little spin-off into the Star Wars universe. And if you can't tell already, guys, this film is a must watch. If you're not a Star Wars fan and you're an action film fan, go see this. It's worth your time. It's well made, it's well crafted, and it's entertaining as shit. If you're a Star Wars fan, you cannot go wrong. If you enjoyed the original trilogy, even if you enjoyed Episode 7, this has that high quality. It has that great storytelling, that great pacing. It sets up characters that you love, even though you've only met them this film. It carries that emotion, it carries that weight, and it carries all the lore of the Star Wars universe on its back without being weighed down by those prequels. So if you love the original trilogy, if you love Star Wars, if you love action films and war films, this is the film for you guys. A must watch. That's it from me, guys. I intentionally kept this review very vague because I am doing a spoiler-filled review where I'm talking about everything in detail, all the plot points, all the characters, all the major events. So join in with me there if you have seen the film. Other than that, guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. And if you can, subscribe to my channel. That would be fantastic. And if you haven't seen more from me, it's down right there. That's it from me, guys. This is Matt from Chunky's Reviews, and I shall see you soon.